It's me. This might just be a practice video. I might not be posting this. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. In case you didn't know, I've got a cat now over there. That's Sir Artichoke the cat. Peaches is on the other side of the couch. My hair is dirty and my house is empty. So I said, what better time than to actually turn on my phone and make a video. Now I can say that I made a video about exactly 1 year ago. I think it was July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, something like that. My ice machine just made ice. Talking to you about the fact that I was thinking about leaving Scentsy. On January 26th, I left Scentsy. Was it the 26th or the 27th? Actually doesn't matter, because who gives a shit about anniversaries and that kind of thing. A lot of people left Scentsy. A lot. I found for the past 2 or 3 years that my attention had seriously shifted, and I did not like where my attention needed to be in order to maintain my title, which I'm not going to harp on at all because it literally means nothing. I was not making enough money. That's the cold, hard truth. That the amount of work that it took for me to maintain my downline doing their thing and maintain my customer base and my sales numbers, it did not even broach what I'm sorry if you're a Scentsy consultant, but what a real job can make. Now, most of you know that I live in New York City. And our cost of living is astronomical. It has grown like crazy. I also have another child heading off to college in about a month and a half. One is just finishing school. Now, he went to trade school, and luckily it was through a city program, so that didn't really cost me any money. But this one that just graduated high school last week, oh my God, crying the whole time. Anyway, he is going to be going to a regular school. He's going to CUNY, which is City University of New York, and it is a 4-year school. But there's not a lot of financial aid going on, so whatever, it's okay. But for the first time, I'm going to be having to pay college tuition. And we knew that was coming, and my husband's employment did not automatically get replaced in the same way that it did when he was let go in September of 2023. So it was really time for me to amp up and do what I'm trained to do. So I did not have time for Scentsy. And it also was a relief for me to just let it go. I didn't have to deal with upline. I didn't have to deal with downline. I didn't have to deal with waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to place orders on the first of the month. I didn't have to deal with watching the end of month videos on Facebook, which always kind of pissed me off anyway. There is or was a group on Facebook that went from a consultant support group with flyers and notifications and copies of the news articles and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden that group turned to absolute shit. And those of you who are in that group and you're maybe watching this video, maybe you've unsubscribed to me because I haven't made a video in so long, specifically a Scentsy video. You're probably, maybe you're upset that I said that group has turned to shit. It has the word freedom in the title, or at least it did. I don't know. I was kicked out of the group. Not that I gave a flying fuck, but I was kicked out of the group because I didn't bash Scentsy hard enough for them. So, okay. Listen, I was kicked out of the group. I never posted in there. The only time I posted in there, The only time I posted in there was in January when someone messaged me and said, hey, you've been mentioned in this group. I go into the group, which I didn't even realize that the title had changed or anything. So I go into this group and I see there's my face and there's a thumbnail of one of my videos. And they're like, oh, this star director has been dethroned and she's finally realizing how much money she's spending and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, who asked you to link my video in your shitty Facebook group? So I go in there and I comment on it and I'm like, hey, she looks familiar. And then as soon as I commented on it, then all of a sudden I was kicked out. And this is like 2 days before I quit or a day after I quit, something like that. As soon as I commented on that, I wasn't even bashing Scentsy in the video or in the comment section of the post, I was kicked out of the official star director group. I was kicked out of the official director group. You know what? Again, sit and spin. I do not care. But then the admin of that group had the balls to message me and try to lean on me to make a post or a video about how Scentsy is degrading to people and how MLMs are all a sham. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with what she's saying, but don't fucking message me at 6:30 in the morning while I'm walking my dog telling me that I deserve or I owe it to everybody to make a video about how Scentsy sucks. If you don't know that Scentsy sucks, that's your problem. I'm not an educator in that way, at least not anymore. When I decided to quit Scentsy and I gave up my team whatever, I decided that was me saying I'm no longer going to be the educator, which is one of the reasons why I have now waited so long to make this video. Today is the 5th of July, 6th of July. And yes, my hair is so dirty. Wow. Anyway, so I didn't even acknowledge her Facebook messages. I did take screenshots of them. I kind of told her that she was being a dick, and I'm not gonna be pressured in that way. That's why that's why I quit Scentsy. So that was about 6 months ago. And then I see, now this is why I'm titling this video, I'm a hypocrite, okay? And then I see what the Bring Back My bars are gonna be. Now, I have been warming, but very slowly. I've been warming maybe 1 or 2 bars a week. That's it, because I'm working 5 days a week. I'm out of the house at least 9 hours a day, sometimes more than that. My kids couldn't care less about warming wax. My husband actually came up with a fantastic combination that went in the bedroom last night, but whatever. But he likes wax, but he doesn't think to change the wax, and that's okay. So because I'm hardly ever home and because I'm gone at least 9 hours a day, a lot of times I don't even change the wax in the mornings. I'll only do it on my days off. I have one day off a week, sometimes 2. Actually, I'd say 2 days off a week, sometimes 1. 1 day a week, I usually work 6 days a week. Sorry, 1 week out of the month, I usually work 6 days a week. So I don't warm that much wax. And I wasn't really thinking about anything. Yes, I did let my club go. And that was a big decision. You know, the big finger was coming down on the enter button, and it was a big decision for me. My kids and my husband were really tired of hearing about, should I keep my club? Should I not keep my club? Because the wax itself has absolutely nothing to do with the reason why I left Scentsy, sort of. The quality of the wax. I'm good with the quality. And I understand that it's not the best quality that's out there. I've always known that. We're going to get into that either at the end of this video or in another video. So I quit my club, and as you all know, I had those tried and true. I had probably 15 to 20 videos on my channel that had the same exact unboxing of the same exact bars, because I had some of those bars were in there since the beginning of club. What was that, 2018? So anyway, there was sugar, there was cashmere pear, there was cashmere, there was simply rose, there was white sands, there was world traveler, there was all those scents that were just that defined my desire for home fragrance, that defined my love for home fragrance, I should say. And I just said, you know what, I can't continue to get these 25 bars of wax every 3 months. And yes, I had come up with a hack that I could only get it like maybe once a year or something like that. But it was just getting out of hand. When I quit Scentsy, I had 360, probably closer to 370 bars of wax. And I know that not because I counted it really, but because I had these, as you might have seen my videos of me like doing my wax walkthrough where I had these trolleys, and each trolley held 180 bars of wax, and I had 2 full ones, plus I had like a melting basket and all that kind of stuff. So I had at least 360 to 370 bars of wax. And I said, you know what? They all come back. I had been with Scentsy for 10 and a half years. I'm not with Scentsy. I had been with Scentsy for 10 and a half years. And every single scent that I ever loved came back eventually. And there were new ones too, but whatever. So I let my club go because I still had like 1 or 2 bars of sugar. I still had 1 or 2 bars of snowberry, like that kind of thing. And then this Bring Back My Bar was announced that just went on sale 6 days ago, right? And fuck me if I didn't contemplate for like a month. Maybe about 3 weeks. I was really like, damn it. Lux Vanilla, really? Amber Road, really? Summer Holiday, I feel like wasn't gone for that long, but whatever. So I did open up a Scentsy Club. I haven't gotten it yet. It processed today, or at least is going to process today. I haven't looked at my email. That's the other reason. That's the other thing that has been such a lift for me ever since I quit Scentsy, is that I don't need to like watch the social media anymore like that, which has been such a relief. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you who I opened up my club with because of the same reason why I didn't refer my customers anywhere. Now, this might sound just a little conceited. I'm not sure. There was a lot of people following me when I was very active with Scentsy. A lot of people were following me on YouTube. A lot of people were following me on Facebook. I had a lot of customers. In fact, one of the reasons, I won't say one of the reasons, a lot of people left Scentsy back in January because they were changing those parameters of, what your minimums were and what it took to, get paid a title and stuff like that. And this is, like I said, this is going to sound conceited, but that didn't concern me. None of those changes that they made were going to make a dent in my wallet, even though my wallet wasn't very full in the first place. But that influx was there. I've done the work. Don't get me wrong. I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. I put out 1,000 videos on YouTube, more than that actually. Between the 2 MLMs that I was involved with, the first MLM, which has been no more for a long time, gave me a paycheck for so long after I stopped working with them because of the residuals that I got from the work that I did on YouTube. Now, I never made money on YouTube. In fact, my channel is not monetized. My channel is monetized for a hot minute. I made tops $50 a month. I said, you know what? It's not worth it. I don't want people to get commercials at least I don't want to choose when the commercials come on, whatever, on YouTube, on the ads. Anyway, but the residuals what I mean by the residuals is that the work was still being looked at. My content was still being watched. And people were still ordering through the website that I listed in the description section. And I really appreciated that for a long time. I made MetaFast money for way longer than MetaFast wanted me to make money. But I deserved it. In the same vein that I made money with Scentsy 2 or 3 years after I had lost faith in the company. That makes me disingenuous. But actually, opening up a Scentsy Club makes me a hypocrite, not disingenuous. Because I genuinely love Scentsy. The product of Scentsy. I love the FOMO a little bit, in that little bit of a dangerous kind of, I'm not supposed to be doing this kind of a way. Listen, I don't do drugs and I don't smoke cigarettes and all that kind of stuff. If my worst vice is to, every 6 months, there's a Bring Back My Bar, shoot me, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you who I opened up my club with because she and I are friends. And I have a lot of other friends. She's not my only friend. But she's absolutely never stepped on my toes. And there's a lot of you that have never stepped on my toes. Some of you have been so kind. You've sent me stuff. You've thought of me on my birthday, and you've watched me all through the years, through being thin, through being fat, through being successful, through being unsuccessful, through being a stressed out mom. Now I'm not really a stressed out mom anymore, which is great, but now I choose to stress myself out in other ways. Anyway, I did open up a club, and I'm going to keep it at a club. I'm not going to be shopping flash sales. In fact, there have been 3 or 4 flash sales that it was just, oh my God, fucking cashmere pair in a flash sale for $4.20. Are you kidding me? I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I know that all of my favorites are eventually going to come back. I'm going to have one quarterly club. I just put 4 bars into the quarterly club. 4. Now, I'm not just paying $5 or $8 shipping, whatever it is. I've lost track of what the parameters are. $8 shipping, I think. I'm not just paying $8 shipping on those 4 bars because the other thing that I'm going to be buying with Club every 3 months is pods. I can't get pods anywhere else. And I completely love the Scentsy Go. In fact, a month before I quit, a girl at work came into my room. She's an esthetician. She came into my massage treatment room and she was just like, holy fuck, what is that smell? And I said, well, that's my Scentsy Go. The original Scentsy Go, the one that has the LED lights and the one that has the eco mode so that it doesn't, burn the battery down real quick and it's rechargeable. And AA batteries, fuck off with that. Anyway, whatever. So she's like, what is that thing? And I showed it to her and I sat down with her and I showed her the whole system. Again, I was still a Scentsy consultant at this time, right? And she bought 3 Goes and I gave her my price. I averaged it out because at that time it was a subscriber exclusive because it had the purple top, right? It was a Scentsy Club subscriber exclusive and it was on sale for $50 from $60, which I don't know. I guess it had gone up to 60, whatever now. And then it was at 40 or 45 for a while, but whatever. Okay. So let me blot. Anyway, I didn't get her to buy these 3 things. She asked me. My cat is passed out. She asked me to buy 3 Goes and I actually ended up buying 2 more for myself at the same time. Can you imagine I put 5 Scentsy Goes into my shopping cart and I didn't even get them for free or half price or anything because I knew that the Scentsy Goes were going away and I love the original Scentsy Go. This has been like the one that I've been using now, and I have 2 spares. I've been using for like 5 years or something. Anyway, whatever. So I use pods every single day. I use 1 pod a week. And there's twin packs, right? So I use 2 twin packs a month, approximately. Now, my friend who bought 3 Scentsy Goes, she fell in love with Luna. She wants Luna all the way. And so I said to her, do you want wax? Do you want, at that time we had the body cream and blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, no, I just want it. I just want the Luna. I want my treatment room, because she does facials. She's like, I want my treatment room to always smell like Luna. I said, sure, you got it, no problem. And the boss is cool with us scenting that way, because we do aromatherapy in the office, in the spa. But she's cool with us individually scenting our rooms, because it's very subtle. You use 1 pod, right? Anyway, so that's what's going to be in my Scentsy Club. I'm probably going to be buying 3 or 4 pods for myself each 3 or 4 months because I still have I have a stash. Again, I'm going to be going through 2 pod packs a month approximately. So I will probably be ordering 6 or 8 pod packs every time my club opens. And then probably every time there's a bring back my bar, I'll be adding 2 or 3 bars. And that's it. I'm not going to be trying anything new except I did put a bar of exotic vanilla in there because I've never smelled that one before. That one has not come back in the 11 years since I started Scentsy. So I put in there Amber Road, I put Summer Holiday, and I put Luxe Vanilla. I don't think I put in anything else. Editing to say that I put more than just those 4 bars. I put Vanilla Oud. I put 5 Luna bars. Luna pods. I know it says 4 there, but 1 is my half price item. I put Amber Road, I put Exotic Vanilla, I put Luxe Vanilla, I put Summer Holiday, I put Tahitian Black Orchid, even though it's light, I know it's light. There's my half price, so that means my 5 Luna pods from my friend. I did do heirloom rose because I did love Simply Rose. Now I remember not liking heirloom rose quite so much, but I don't have a lot of rose left in my collection. And I put vanilla amber in there. I know I said I wasn't going to try anything new because I've never tried that one before, and that's in the catalog right now, and I have not ordered anything from the catalog. And I put large cotton cleanups on a last minute decision because I've noticed that using just regular cotton balls makes a whole big mess in the dish. Anyway, so I ordered a few more than 4. I ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. Shit. How does that happen? Damn it. Anyway, I'm waiting for sugar to come back. So this is definitely going to be a part 1 to my dive back into wax, because I'm not diving back into Scentsy like that, but I am going to be diving into vendor wax. And I know that a lot of you, again, I'm not trying to be conceited, I know a lot of you have been waiting for this because I think I have good taste in wax. I think I know how to describe wax well. It's a little bit of a bummer that I can't make money doing this, but that's okay. I make money. I don't need to make money doing this. And I want to do it because I want to. I don't want to do it because I have to. I don't want to warm wax that I don't like. And that's what I'm so excited about with the vendor shit. I don't have to buy collections in order to get bars of wax. I don't have to review everything. I don't owe anybody anything. And I love that so much. So you know me. I'm going to be ordering all the florals, all the sugary shit, but not bakery. The sweet. I love cotton candy. I love, again, sugar. I love lemon drops. I love marshmallow. I love all that stuff, specifically when you mix it with florals. And then I like the woods, and I like the resins and the ambers and that kind of thing. Take your vanilla bean buttercream and shove it up your ass. Okay. And the pumpkin stuff too. I'm not into the pumpkin stuff. Anyway, I just watched a video. Actually, I'm only 3/4 of the way through a video that somebody sent me this morning that tells me how to order vendor wax because I have no clue. I don't know how this works. It was a part of my brain that I chose. Look how stupid my nails are. Can you see that? It looks like nerds. Anyway, I don't know anything about how to order vendor wax, the ready to ship, the pre-sale, all that stuff. I'm learning it. I'm slowly learning it. I want to learn it as I go, sort of. I mean, I'm going to get better at, figuring out which vendors work better for me and all that kind of stuff. I've never fucked around with propylene bags. I've never fucked around with loaves. Not that I ever would, because I always hated bricks when it came to Scentsy bricks. I like small. I don't mind paying extra. It's going to be fun. And so I think, now don't get mad at me if I don't follow through with this. But I think I might be making like 1 or 2 videos a month about my vendor wax journey, which sounds so fucking stupid. But I think I'm definitely going to start buying vendor wax, but it's going to be slow. I'm not doing a ton of stuff, only because I still have 180, because I got rid of one of the trolleys. Over the past 6 months, I've warmed 180 bars. No, I gave away 50 bars of wax. So over the last 6 months, I have warmed through about 100 bars of wax, 120, because I gave away a lot, probably more than 50 bars. And I also gave away, listen to this, I gave away probably $2,000 or $3,000 worth of warmers. Lots of gifts. And my sister-in-law was having a garage sale. And I said, you know what? Take it all. And she's like, okay, I'll get you something. We'll split the cost. I'm like, no. It is a gift, first of all, for me to you. And secondly, you're giving me a gift because you're doing all this work. So I filled up my car. She didn't realize how many warmers I was going to get. I filled up my car with so many warmers. There must have been 50 warmers in there. 40, 50. All my Christmas warmers. Used, too. I did a lot of used. So right now I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 warmers out and working. And then in my closet, I have like 1 or 2 Halloween warmers, 1 or 2 Christmas warmers. That's it. I can't do it anymore. Anyway, so join me on my journey, even though I'm not promising you that I'm definitely going to do this. I have to finish watching that video. I think her name is Alexis something. I'm sorry. I don't even, I'll put it in the description of this video. So there I am. It's Sunday, July 6th. And I hope everybody has a great day. And drop me a comment and tell me what you think, or don't. I don't care. I care. I care. Talk to you later. Bye. I'm editing this video and I realized that I don't have an outro anymore because my outro says Metallica Mom Coach and Consultant. So here is Sir Artichoke. He is a house panther. He is destructive. He is filled with rage. And he's fabulous. Look at that face. Bye.